Well, why don't we talk about this first and then we'll circle back on the elite stuff. So Hangman he won his match against poor Jeff Jarrett, whose friendship with Owen Hart couldn't help him in the ring with Hangman.
And
Um,
some old man podcasters were really mad about it. It's like, yeah, he's a heel. Like, do you guys not watch wrestling before? Like, you don't see what they're doing?
I think there was a whole bunch of people that seemed to think that because Jeff Jarrett had given that promo, that means he was going to win the Owen. But they hadn't been saying that up until the moment that Hangman showed up. So it was clearly just something that they made up as a grievance because they couldn't think of anything better. But it was like one of those moments where I was like, you think that like they didn't set Jeff Jarrett up to be knocked down? Like that was the whole...
Yeah.
You thought Jeff Jarrett was going to win the Owen and get the shot at Wembley? Did you? No, you didn't.
No one did. No one did.
And I think because it's like Memphis for the next match, like they probably thought he was going to get through to there. But like, guys, like you can't see, like it's just such obvious, deliberate heel framing that it's like,
Right. Well, I thought it was very strange that as far as I understood it from, I don't know where either someone recounting from the Observer or a tweet or something, that Dave was like, this is a crazy booking decision because if you did all those promos, then the only reason you would do that is because you would want them to be continuing in the tournament. And I was like, that's really strange to say, Dave, because the other reason that you would do all those promos is to make it more meaningful and more dastardly that this person has been defeated and not even respectfully.
Because if Jeff Jarrett if he hadn't done that promo, would anyone give a shit if Jeff Jarrett got beat up? No, of course not. They'd be happy.
The point is to make you care and then be like, oh shit, Hangman doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
I'm starting to suspect that some of these wrestling podcasters don't appreciate stories.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. Something interesting to say. These people don't want to roller skate with me. All right. Okay, but so now Hangman's in the Owen. He's going to fight Jay White, I think on Collision. Seems right, maybe?
Yeah,
and then the winner of that match is going to fight Bryan Danielson. Bryan has already won his matches versus Shingo Takagi and Pac. And then the winner of the tournament overall will go on to fight Swerve at Wembley. So we have successfully, I think, peeled Ospreay out of the conversation. Not we, I mean, they had to do it. We've been saying
Tony Khan successfully.
We've been working hard.
We say it every week, and I know Tony Khan listens.
He listens and he says, I have to do better for them. No, Tony has successfully peeled Ospreay out of this conversation, which is great. That's really good. He's going to have something with MJF and or Danny Garcia. It's kind of unclear how that'll play out. And
it's going to be horny. It's telling a great story. Good job, guys.
Yes, very good work. So now I think we mostly feel that it's down to Bryan or Hangman.
Yeah.
I think everyone agrees that we're going to get through to that Hangman Bryan Danielson match.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can talk about what we think will happen or what we think we'd like to have happen. It would be interesting. Okay. Start anywhere you want.
Okay. So I think that there's 3 potential scenarios. Okay.
God. Okay, Tommy girl. Okay.
Let's talk sports. Let's talk scenarios. Guys, yeah.
Let's talk some game theory. Okay.
We got points on the board. Who can still win it? Okay, Leah.
Okay.
Take us there.
Hangman versus Swerve at Wembley. Rules. I'd be horny. Would love it.
We'd all be horny.
Yeah.
We'd all be really fucking
us,
slimy.
everyone in the crowd, everyone everywhere. Yes.
Would be sliming. And
Simply yes.
Okay. Then there's Bryan, Swerve, and Hangman's given something else juicy to do. I don't care. That sounds nice. I think that'll be a good match. Bryan will get his big fairy tale moment. I won't be like that mad about it.
A huge ball gown. He'll be dressed by mice and birds. He'll drive in a pumpkin to the castle.
That's exactly it. Swerve will give him the glass slipper. It'll be fine. It'll be good. If Hangman is given something else juicy to do, I think the worst case scenario that everybody is really afraid of is that that it'll be Bryan Danielson, but Hangman won't be given something to do. But I just feel like that's probably the least likely scenario of the three, so I'm not that stressed out.
I have to say that my fear about that is actually zero. I actually don't. I actually am not at this point in the wrestling ecosystem. I'm not worried about it, literally at all.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
I'm honestly not that worried about much.
No, not really. Just judging from like what's been on screen, like I feel like there's been a lot of like dooming discourse type stuff, but it's like from what's on screen, I think it's not unlikely that Hangman and Swerve have the match at Wembley, and even if it is Danielson, like I don't give a shit. And
I mean it'll be fine as long as Hangman has something to do. Then I don't care. Like it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like it's just fine.
And it's like if Danielson goes and like wins the belt at Wembley, which is like whatever, like I don't care. He's gonna drop it right away anyway. He's like semi-retiring. Like Swerve will get it back, or someone else will get it. Like Swerve's having a great reign. I don't think it'll be like too rushed. And I'm just not concerned about Hangman's storytelling because he's doing amazing. Like the crowd is remembering everything with Swerve.
Yeah.
Like
it's one of those things where it's like, if it's bad, then I won't like it. But if it's good, I'll like it.
Right. And things have been pretty good in 2024, to be honest, storytelling wise. I mean, obviously always things can be better, but it's like nothing has been a catastrophe.
I will say, and I agree with all of that because I'm cruising through summer. Okay. I do have a strong preference for Hangman Swerve, and it's a very strong preference. And
Danielson's not going to get us horny. I mean, maybe this will be the one time he decides to turn it on, but you know,
it won't be. It will not be, because every day that man gets less interested in storytelling. He's like, remember, he's like, it's Daddy's blow-off year. This year, Papa does anything he wants, and what he wants to do is pretty straightforward matches, and he hates storytelling. He hates it. You can't make him do it.
Danielson, if you're listening, could you just get that energy from after your match with Eddie, where you actually got real and vulnerable for 5 minutes, and just bring some of that to any program?
She's like, I can't hear you. My head is ringing from getting hit too hard.
I'm having a seizure right now. Yeah.
What do you think that he and Swerve could get up to? Like, what do you think, like, what could Swerve say about Bryan Danielson that would get Bryan Danielson so mad?
Nothing. No, that's not. I know that's bad. That's a bad attitude. You can't go into the test that way.
I'm just picturing Swerve, like, grabbing a mic and being like, eating meat carelessly is so fun.
I throw things away every day of my life. I buy things just to put them in the landfill.
I hope consumption.
This planet burns. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I mean, it's like, lovingly, I would say less than no interest in seeing Danielson versus Swerve, and I know that, and it's okay. It's okay for people to
it's
want
like
it, but
the match itself will be fine. Good,
of course,
probably,
of course,
the
match
will be fine.
But July and August will be boring as hell.
If Swerve does a similar thing to like the Bucks did with Sting, where he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna kill that old man. I'm gonna retire him. I'm gonna send him out, and he's gonna die. I want Swerve to grab a mic and be like, I'm gonna send that man out on his back.
Bryan Danielson, of all people, he wants to go out on his back, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Go out on his back.
Bryan Danielson is backstage, like panting like a little dog. Please. And then they take me out on a stretcher, and nobody hears from me for 6 months.
He throws his phone in a bonfire and it's never heard from again. You have to be on Be Real following his wife to get proof of life once in a while.
I'm literally imagining there is no proof of, like, he's going around to people backstage being like, and you'll call Dave and tell him that I'm dead, won't you?
Tell him I had a seizure in the hospital, and that was the end of that.
He has to like literally threaten Dax's life, and he's like, you fucking blow this for me.
He could get away with it right now because Dax is home with his hematoma.
Right. That's true.
This is the time if you want to fake your own wrestling death.
We have a very brief hematoma window here. The time is now. Oh my god. Okay, but then so I was gonna say then that Swerve and Hangman, I do feel like because they fought a lot at the end of 2023, beginning of 2024, and in a vacuum, I probably would be like, yeah, you could hold off on their next meeting for a long time. That would be cool. Like, it would be fun to slow burn it. But as we approach the electric atmosphere of Wembley Stadium, and I think about what I want to see and feel in that space, it's kind of like, fuck it, we ball. Do we not ball? Fuck it. Just let us ball. Get the old man is out.
It would sell tickets. I swear the line would go up. I feel this very passionately. And it's not just because it's what I want to see.
As someone who went to Harvard Business School, I know
we've all known
the
that about
only way that they can run Wembley next year is if Hangman and Swerve
this is all that could save it.
do kissing in the middle of the goddamn afternoon.
Yeah.
And what I'd love to see is some of that interview with the vampire kids.
Yes, a little lip bite, a little
like, see things
my
where
libido's
I think
not asleep.
Whoa.
I'm
Where
picturing
did you learn that?
I'm picturing
Aren't they
Hangman
married?
like grabbing Swerve's shoulder and like banging him against a wall a couple times before it goes back to the kissing him. Please.
Then
maybe they push each other backstage and the camera kind of follows them as they get to a more private area.
And the camera stays on them. And the kissing continues.
And it's the all in 2023 footage kind of situation.
You're just seeing Tony at Gorilla and like Hangman and Swerve
Hook is
up
there.
against a wall.
And Chris Hero is there.
Hook isn't even trying to pull them off each other.
They're in such a frenzy to get somewhere private that they accidentally shoved Tony into the monitor.
Tony fears for his life.
The Bucks had to show us the footage. They had to.
Wow, and then suddenly their faces again. When they reveal the kissing footage.
And we say, why would you ever be team AEW?
And it's like Dax being like, I believe in kissing in the privacy of your own home with your wife. I believe in kissing my wife who I love.
You see, some of our friends were speculating because I guess Hangman like wasn't wearing his wedding ring at a certain point, and there was that promo where like the house was all empty and stuff, and they were like maybe he got kayfabe divorced, which would be over Swerve, which I'd be very interested in.
Oh yeah, I guess I was just thinking like, yeah, because his wife doesn't think it's safe to be married to a wrestler.
Yeah,
anymore.
Exactly. Yeah,
but I would also like if his wife was like, will you please stop talking about your coworker?
I think you're having an affair.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so just make us happy.
Book it. Yeah.
I would just book Swerve Hangman. Hey, don't. If I were you, and this is just between us, I would just book Swerve Hangman. I think that it's just going to be really fun in the electric atmosphere of Wembley Stadium, and then like just building up the whole summer is going to be so like, ooh, sexy, hot, like this. I'm sweating, wet, hot American summer, and then we have
crowds
to the UK
chanting
for kissing. So that's just what I see, and then like when I think about Danielson, I think like washed, like, that old man,
cooked, line go down,
go out on his back.
Yeah, put him on a stretcher. Boo.
No sexy energy at all.
And I've just heard that's what everybody is saying. So
if he kisses Mox, we can have a conversation. But
yeah,
till
if
then,
it's only if it's nasty. If it's one of those little kisses, then it's like
not a forehead kiss.
No, although that would be sweet. Actually, I would really like
nice,
that.
Yeah.
I'd like it if Danielson was bringing a little more of a forehead kiss energy to some of his
That'd be
relationships.
nice, actually, yeah.
Leah, were you going to say something?
She don't think
looks
so.
uncertain.
Lost it.
It
Might have been about Wembley, electric Wembley.
The electric
disgusting Danielson.
Wet hot American summer. Any of those things.